Trap rap isn't really album music. It's fun in quick bursts, but quite rarely is it meant to be indulged in for long periods of time. So it's strange, but a brave move nonetheless for Travis Scott to always be trying to give this style of hip-hop and pop music a very grandiose and adventurous feel. I really feel as if those who think this sounds generic aren't even trying to give this a chance. I don't really know who else is rocking instrumentals like Yosemite or Skeletons. This is apparently an album meant to simulate the thrills at the now closed amusement park Astroworld. If that's the case, the album that came before it, Birds in the Trap, was almost like waiting in line. I like the beat switches on Astroworld. Usually during a Travis Scott record I find myself skipping the songs to get to the next big moment quicker, but it seems like this new album is capable of doing that for me. Sometimes it feels like Travis is squeezing all the different features and the different voices into one song like a crowded elevator, and often it can sound a little messy, but that's only sometimes. Most of the time I'm actually seriously enjoying all the ways that all these different voices or characters are coming into the scene. The Weeknd and Tame Impala being on the same track seemed like a red flag, but the result was so thrilling it was more like Six Flags. Tell your friends that Stop Trying to Be God has a fantastic ease into the magic, with Cuddy's humming and a sultry harmonica before James Blake takes the reins for the last 2 minutes with so much soul I almost turned inside out. There's something strange when even 21 Savage and Drake are getting their verses into ship shape for their moments. I mean, to be fair, the entire thing isn't flawless. I was going to mention the fact that Nav at the end of Yosemite was mixed so quietly you couldn't even hear him. Although, is that really a negative? Sometimes I wish Travis Scott could talk a lot more than just nutting and planting seed. I know he's not going to dictate to me some romantic poetry, but sometimes I really think that if you're going to carry yourself for an hour, then try to inject something else a little worthwhile into what you're saying. Thankfully, the production is really wild and colourful and gorgeous and fun and silly and has a lot of variance to it. The piano's on 5% Tint, the psychedelic abyss that is the song Skeletons, and what I can only guess is an American football outtake at the start of Yosemite. Also that song Butterfly Effect, I hope that one blows up. That one definitely has a lot of potential to become a big hit. As I said before, sometimes it feels like Travis is trying to squeeze too much into a song, but at the same time, I kind of enjoy how spontaneous this thing is. It also isn't really that disjointed. The album flows surprisingly well. It's a lot of fun as a pop record, and I also think that it's a genuine testament to the ambition of Travis Scott. It's a bit messy, but so is your average trip to the amusement park anyways. Do I like this more than Rodeo? Probably, actually, but that's a hard case to make to a lot of fans who think Rodeo was a bit of a fluke. But as a matter of fact, this album is so jam-packed with creativity, and more than I genuinely believe listeners are giving this album credit for. Astroworld is good, and Campbell, you are wrong. I'm giving this one a 7 out of 10.